Hello, welcome back to the 3-Hour News Show. You are now watching our signature segment, See the Stories. As we mentioned earlier on the headline, we are now celebrating Mother's Day. So happy Mother's Day to me and to you, Kai.
Yes, happy Mother's Day to you too.
Thank you.
You know, I still feel like I have a long way to learn because you've actually raised, you're currently raising a teenager.
Yeah.
And to
elementary
children. I have a lot to learn from you.
No, we learn from each other because
That's so true.
every kid is different, and I believe that they, thrive when the time is right. So you cannot really compare, right? You cannot really compare from one child to the other.
Yeah, but I've also learned like a very tough lesson from my mother that sometimes you have to let go and let the child do something.
Oh my God!
Of their own, because we can't always predict what's going to happen.
That's always been the debate for me. Do I have to be a tiger mom? I'm trying not to be one, but hoping that my kids will be successful in the future. So I don't know.
So are cool moms effective, you think?
I guess you just have to give them some space, and it's like
it's
take
a tit
and
for
give,
tat,
a tit for tat.
I guess so.
Yeah.
But celebrating this special occasion today, we will have mother and daughter Astrid Satwika Kusumo and Rania Aishalina Kusumo in our studio. But before we chat with them, we want to talk about Rania's achievement, who won medals at the World Scholars Cup in Seoul recently. Let's take a look at the story.
I wonder if the mom is tiger mom. So. Rania Aishalina Kiana Anindira and Sofia Lorenzini won 3 rounds of debates, beating a 6th grade team from Vietnam and other 5th and 6th grade teams from other schools in the World Scholars Cup Global Academic Scientific Debate Competition Junior Round, which is held in Seoul, South Korea.
Participants were also tested on their writing skills on various topics such as science, social affairs, history, and other subjects. 1,500 participants from 30 countries took part in the competition. Meanwhile, Rania, Kiana, and Sophia were the youngest participants, and this proves that age does not limit academic achievements and success. Amazing.
Amazing. So let's dig how we can actually help as parents for the children to explore their hobbies, to become an achievement actually, right?
Yeah.
So let's dive into this further with Astrid Satwika and Rania, who's been here with us in the studio. First of all, congratulations, Rania.
Thank you.
That's a big achievement. How do you feel?
I feel proud of myself, but I knew that I could have done better because that's actually less medals than what I got in the regional round. But everybody told me that it was okay since me and my team were one of the youngest teams there.
Wow.
But every cloud has a silver lining because we were actually accepted to go to the Tournament of Champions at Yale University.
Wow.
But that's when we're old enough.
Wow, okay, you're too young for that. But I mean, 6 medals. You got 6 medals, right? Isn't that good enough? I feel like it's like so
That's amazing.
many.
I know what a debate contest is, and I know what it takes and how much preparation it has to take in you. So, what do you? So straight to Mama for perhaps.
Yeah, congrats also, Mama.
Congrats also, Mama, because this is a lot. When she is so young, it reflects a lot on the support system that she's getting from the home also.
Definitely.
And what, if according to you, is the key when it comes to educating your children and supporting them to be the best that they can become?
I think it's to understand their aspirations. Rania has been a very active child ever since she was born, and I enrolled her in many activities when she was younger, like ballet, basketball, riding competition, and swimming, and martial arts, science classes, and everything, just to see which one that she prefers. Yeah, and I think this debate thing is really, it's like her passion, and she's very passionate about it, and she learns a lot from the experience.
I mean, when we see Rania, she's like a very well-balanced child. She has a social skill, she has the academic achievement as well. Also, you explored some hobbies like ballet and basketball. So my question will go to Astrid actually. How do you balance all these interests and to have a child that is not only, focused on one, like academic, but also thriving as well in other parts as well?
It's juggling, actually.
Oh, really?
It's like, you know, motherhood's multitasking. Like, I take her and her sister to all of their activities so I can dive into their experience and I can, manage their time better.
Hands-on.
Hands-on. And sometimes us moms get tired, but we do everything for our children. So
That's true.
yeah, she and her sister has different interests, and yeah, I try to take her to all of their activities and really learn about their experience. And at night before sleep, we always review our day together, what we learned today, what's bad and what's good, and what mistakes did we make today, and what can we learn about it.
Oh,
Wow.
I think that's key. The conversations that you have also with your child gives you the connection and confidence in each other, right?
I agree, because sometimes kids, they don't want to tell when they know that the response from the parents will be something that they don't expect, right?
Well-
But it shows that you have actually built that, communication
Yeah.
sort of a pattern that just allows her to speak freely to you.
Yeah.
So one curiosity perhaps, Rania, how did you discover debating? When was your first debate experience? Was it at school, at one of a competition, or was it internally? How did you discover debate?
Ever since I was little, everyone said that I was a fierce child. I like to talk a lot. Everyone says that, oh, Rania has to debate. And when I first enrolled in my new elementary school, they told me that I should do debating. And that's what I did in grade 4. And it's actually been wonderful. And the first debate was when I was in 4th grade in August.
Okay, so I mean, this is Mother's Day, right? Apart from all the achievements, do you want to say something to your mom?
Oh.
I'd like to say that my mom is very patient and
Wow.
I know I challenge her a lot.
You challenge her a lot, such as?
Well, sometimes when she calls me, she has to call me a couple times before I reply.
Yeah, okay. And then,
She has to remind me to do things like, Kaka, have you done your homework? Kaka, have you? Blah, blah, blah.
okay.
It's a normal part of childhood. Don't you
yeah.
worry about
Don't
that. But your mom is very thankful
Amazing,
that
yes.
you appreciate her patience. I'm very sure.
Thank you.
So yeah. So I was waiting for you. I thought you would. I'm sorry. We're a little bit flabbergasted at the
we're
moment.
like,
because
okay, wow.
It's very interesting to see how much you can achieve when you've actually had the opportunity to try it. So I really appreciate that. I'm sorry. I want to congratulate for the fact that you found something that you're very passionate about.
Okay, so back to the debate. Is there anything that you felt such a big challenge?
The biggest challenge was in the debate, the last debate, we had to debate against a much older team that was, I think, in 7th grade. And we really had to dig in what they were trying to say to us because the topic was initially just very simple, but they took it very seriously and we started to get a little scared. But in the end, thankfully, we did win.
What was the topic again?
The topic was about all wax figures should be replaced with robot figures, and I was on the affirmative team.
Affirmative.
I mean, it's really interesting perhaps to give a little bit of a context so people can actually paint a picture how challenging a debate is because sometimes you get assigned topics that are what seem to normal people as random that requires a lot of imagination.
Yeah.
And this is what we love about, elementary school and school debates because it really does challenge a child's imagination. So to you, what was the most interesting topic that was given to you during the debate in this particular competition?
The one in Korea.
Yeah.
The most interesting one was the first one because it says that all ruins, like ancient ruins, they should be replaced and renewed. I was on the affirmative team. I was on the negative team, sorry. And I said that they shouldn't be replaced or renewed or modified in any way because people are here to see the ruins, to see the history, what's behind it. If you replace it and renew it, you're just erasing the history.
Oh, that is strong.
That's amazing. And I mean, as a child, she has this very, sometimes you don't underestimate child.
No,
because they
you
have
should never.
such an out of the box. And as she mentioned, the 7th graders are just so serious, taking it seriously. They probably perhaps forgot the important parts. So now I want to ask the mother, how did you build this strong connections? Because I feel like you're doing everything hands-on, and you probably did it since she was a baby, or maybe inside the the belly. So how did you build these strong connections so that it's easy for you to infuse any ideas to her, or maybe just talk everything?
I try to be her friend. Well, it sounds cringy, but I try to step to their level to see things from their perspective after I implement my perspective as a mother who wants the best for them. And then sometimes I rethink my decision and ask for their opinions. And if I make mistakes, I apologize as well. I try to, debunk that parents are always right.
Yeah.
We make mistakes. Mistakes are inevitable.
Yeah.
So, yeah. When I realize I made some mistakes or I need her opinions on something, I let her talk, and we have heart-to-heart talk, and we put honesty above anything. So yeah, she can always tell me her feelings and her problems as I do to her, and vice versa.
Yeah, I mean, if we see how we actually educate our children nowadays, it's probably different than our generations before.
Yeah.
So how do you see as the very important thing to put attention in today's era for educating your children? I mean, they're very critical.
They're very critical.
Yeah.
I think we have to be more accepting, but not in everything. I mean, I tried gentle parenting, but I'm a tiger mom as well. I cannot always be lovey-dovey, like sometimes we have to be strict. It's
Right.
needed for their, education and
Discipline.
attitude,
Boundaries.
discipline, everything, right?
Yes,
We
yes,
cannot
yes.
be all lovey-dovey all the time.
Yeah.
But I think when I feel that I'm being too hard on her, I apologize and I ask for her perspective that, what would you think it will be a better way for us to navigate life together?
Well, I have to agree that, gentle parenting is one thing, but I feel like, how do you balance that? How do
Yeah.
you set boundaries? Because we know that it is still very important. We want our kids to think of us as a friend that they can talk to, but they also have to remember that, hey, I'm your mom, and until you are grown up and you're ready to live your life on your own, I'm here to help, right? So how do you set these boundaries? Let's say one example, gadgets.
Yeah.
This is, I think, a question for a lot of mothers. There are ways where gadgets can also be used, of course, and how do you navigate the use of gadgets in terms of raising your kids? Because that's something that we cannot deny anymore, right? So how do you implement that in a healthy way?
Well, my children are allowed to use gadgets such as iPads or games on her phone on the weekends. On weekdays, sometimes I have to hide their iPads.
Okay.
If I don't hide it, well, sometimes they will take it and play, and I have to remind them. But I'm very strict about it, that they can only use it on weekends. And as for her phone, I give it for her safety, and I tether it to my phone. Like, she cannot download apps on her own. She doesn't have any social medias. I think we, as a parent, have to, keep an eye on our children in every detail.
For protection as well.
For protection, it's for their
Yeah.
safety.
So, I mean, it looks like Rania has quite a busy schedule as well then. I mean, to hide the gadgets, that's one thing, but to have their focus on other things, and also a very important thing to have, right, in kids' life. So what are your activities or Rania's activities, day by day? Are there a lot of other courses outside school, for example, and what are they?
Yeah, she has Islamic lessons and swimming on the weekends, but as of for now, the swimming is postponed, and math class and art class and whatever her interest may be at that particular time.
Rania, what is it you're currently very much interested in?
I'm very interested in the art class my mom put me in because there is always a new topic that we have to draw and paint about, and it's just really fun to express my ideas.
And what do you want to be when you're grown up?
When I'm grown up, I want to invent things, but I still don't really know what I want to be.
That's okay.
It's okay. It's
That is
still in the
fine.
process. Yeah.
Yeah, I think the best thing is that, you know, as a mother, I want to send an appreciation to Astrid
Definitely.
because you are letting Rania experience the world, and I think what a lot of mothers sometimes forget is that the children don't always get to come out of the house unless in the beginning we help them to, right? So the world is a big place, and the earlier they know about it, the better, right?
I agree
Yeah.
completely. You don't always have to map out. I mean, sometimes your child has to invent
Yes.
what they want
Something.
to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so stay here because we're gonna do something fun after the break, and you too. So See the Stories will continue after the break. Don't go anywhere.
Yes.